You're live, but I'm feeling dead. This is the aaronzero show, another edition of today's noise. And what do we have in this noise today? Momentous noise. Here is Mr. Trump who calls immigrants demons and this and that, rapists, murderers, while of course he has been already convicted of rape. And as far as the murdering part, I don't know, it remains to be seen. In a 6-3 ruling, the Supreme Court has upheld birthright citizenship, which is belonging to the 14th Amendment of the US Constitution, which was amended way back in 1898, I believe, when the white Americans realized that the newly freed slaves also deserved to be called Americans. So anybody who was born a black person would be automatically a US citizen. That's where it came from. And for 150 years, the law has stood, and nobody has sought to remove it. And it is true that illegal people come and have their children and all that. But so what? That is the very nature of the country. The country was founded by illegals in 1642, I believe, the Mayflower. I mean, they didn't come with green cards in their hands. They just came and took over the country, the landmass, and they were called pilgrims. So, so that was very good. And of course, it was go west, young man. And so whoever could go on a cattle wagon west, he got the land, whatever it was there, parts of Texas or California or whatever. So lucky you. And so that is the story of America, and it has been upheld by the Supreme Court. It is quite wonderful. And Mr. Trump, never to give up, has said that it's bad judges and bad legislation, and he hopes the Congress will act to overturn it, but not so fast because it requires two-thirds majority of both houses to overturn that and make new legislation, which I don't think is going to happen. So it's a nice victory for immigrants and immigrant people, and it's a victory against the Gestapo like ICE agents who are operating just now there in America. And probably the next best thing they can do is to abolish the ICE, because in its present form, it is a very vindictive agency, almost like some kind of secret police or something like that, following some orders from some wannabe Hitler. So that is some good news on these cloudy days here where it hasn't rained. It's rained in other parts of India, but it's not raining here. So we're still waiting for that rain to come and rain and rain and rain. And in the World Cup news, the underdogs have broken the record. Paraguay has made Germany, the superstars of World Cup football, fall by the wayside as they won a penalty kick, and they won by 4-1, I believe. And the same is the case of Morocco, who defeated the mighty Netherlands 3-2 in a penalty kick. So the winds are changing, and the underdog teams are winning. And on July 3rd, the most underdog team, Cabo Verde, is going to play Lionel Messi's Argentina. So let us see what's going to happen with that. Of course, Messi is the wizard of football and has already created many world records just now. Still, it is exciting times, changing times, and it's a welcome change to see the old order change. And we hope the same will happen in the political realm, where the old order will give way to new, fresh voices, truthful voices, and we in the world will be uh, no longer awash in lies. The Iran US negotiations continue, but not quite. The Iranian team and the US team are meeting in Doha separately with the Qatar government, and the Qatar government is supposed to convey the messages to either side. And it seems the Iranian side wants to talk about the sanctions, money, and stuff like that, while the American side wants the Strait of Hormuz to be completely open and business as usual. Well, you shouldn't have attacked Iran unilaterally. That's what I would say. You have woken up Iran to a uh, different kind of behavior, which it never had, and now it wants to dominate the strait and take a tax or a toll fee, which it never had before. So that's all thanks to Mr. Trump's unilateral, unprovoked attack on Iran and also the tiny little rogue state called Israel. So this is what the world has to suffer because of the rogue actions of rogue states. But I see a silver lining even in that it looks like it's the death knell for oil companies and fossil fuels. People have to look at renewable energy and go in a big way for non polluting fuels, ethanol or whatever it may be. We cannot burn fossil fuels anymore in the world. I'm talking about petrol, diesel, crude oil, etc. That's the old way. We have to look at a radically new way. And the reason we have to do it is because climate change is upon us. According to Mr. Trump, it's a hoax. It's not a hoax. 41 degrees in Germany the other day, 41 degrees in France, or 43, I think, which is as much as the temperature in India. So that is a very dangerous level of temperature for that area, and the people are not used to that temperature. And I don't blame them, where the normal average temperature is usually 20 degrees centigrade or below, 18 degrees and below. It suddenly shot up to 40 degrees. So naturally, there is panic in Europe, so to speak. And the only way we do it is to cut off the carbon fuels completely now and stop the greenhouse gases and things like that. So I see a new way forward, a new revolution happening, and it better happen. Otherwise, we're going to have temperatures in the 50 degrees. On that cheerful note, we leave you and thank you very much.